Hey everyone, my name is Jasmine. I am the founder of this VIP Kid Facebook group that you're in. It's called VIP Kid All About Taxes. I'm also the owner and operator of Moment Tax Services, which is a tax and accounting firm here in Orange County, California. Thanks for being in the group and thanks for watching this video. So in an effort to help all of you apply for the SBA grant and loan opportunity, I'm making a quick little short video with the application process specifically. I'm going to share my screen with you so that we can go through the application process together, and really just want to help you answer a couple of the questions that seems to be the most confusing for everybody in the group. I've been posting a couple of little informational pieces in the last couple of days, and I've found that a lot of people have the same questions, particularly about 2 or 3 of the 5 or 6 total questions in the application. So without further ado, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so you can see the application and exactly what it's going to look like when you go through it. And the link to this application is going to be in the description or caption of this post. And it is also posted on a couple of different posts in the group in the last few days. It's been shared by hundreds of people in the group. So I'm sure you can find the link easily. If not, just leave a comment below and we'll make sure we respond back to you with a copy of the link. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. When you load the application and you go onto the page, this is what it's going to look like. The COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan application. You guys can go ahead and read this process for yourself. It's going to give you a little bit of information about what exactly it is that you're getting into. We'll scroll down. You'll fall right into the eligible entity verification. Quick note, entity is you yourself or otherwise an LLC or a corporation that you might be registered as. So for about 99% of you out there, including myself as a VIP Kid teacher, we would be choosing the third option, which is applicant is an individual who operates under a sole proprietorship with or without employees or as an independent contractor. That's actually exactly the definition of what we are classified as VIP Kid teachers. We'll move right down, and quickly I'll mention the only other applicable one of these that could pertain to one of you guys as a VIP Kid teacher would be this first one, which is applicant is a business with not more than 500 employees. This would only be if you have registered yourself as an LLC or an S corporation. I know there's a lot of people in the group that ask about those kinds of things. So if you are going to be entering in the name of an LLC with an EIN number, then you would choose the first option. But if you're just Jasmine Alzobi and you are filing your taxes as an independent contractor, Schedule C, sole proprietor, when you file your annual tax return at the end of the year, then you would be choosing the third option, which is applicant is an individual who operates as a sole proprietorship. All right, so we'll keep going. You'll come down to the bottom. This part is very self-explanatory. I hope that all of you can answer yes to all of them. And then you would move forward if you did. So hopefully you guys can all go ahead and check this through with me and move next. If you, for any reason, cannot accept one of those terms or check one of those as yes, that they do apply to you, then you would just exit on the application because obviously you wouldn't be eligible. These are eligibility requirements that you have to satisfy in order to move forward with this application. All right, so we'll continue. We'll go next. Here, this is going to be one of the first things that I've noticed is the most confusing for people, and that's the business legal name. Since you are a sole proprietor or independent contractor, your legal business name is actually your legal name. So you're not putting VIP Kid here, and you're not looking for any other kind of name to put here. You're just putting in your own first name and last name. Quick note, in parentheses, unless, of course, the notion applied to you on the prior page, which was that you are a separate entity, LLC or S corporation, then in that case, you would put the name of the LLC or the corporation here. But otherwise, if you haven't done any of that, then it's just your own name, not VIP Kid's name. So here, I'm actually filling this out for my assistant as we go. She's here with me today. She works virtually, so she does qualify to be an independent contractor. And she held some independent contract jobs last year, more importantly, which is what we're focusing on and filling out this application, her independent contract work for 2019. you'll see after we put in this business legal name information here, you're going to be working with your 2019 revenues. So let's go ahead and just get down to that really quick. Your trade name is also going to be the same thing as your legal name. So you'll just copy and paste it or write it again, whatnot. You'll come down and you'll put in your social security number. If you applied for an LLC or an S corporation and you have a separate EIN number as a result of applying and incorporating a separate entity, then you would be putting your EIN number here. If you don't know what that is, then that means it doesn't apply to you. I wouldn't even worry about it. Just put your name again, and your social security number, move down. Organization type, you will be choosing sole proprietorship. Now, when I said limited liability company or corporation, this is what I was referring to. Again, if you don't know what those things are and you have no understanding of whether it applies to you or not, that means it doesn't apply to you, because you would definitely know if it applied to you. So here we'll go ahead and choose sole proprietorship. You'll come down, is the applicant a nonprofit organization? No, you are a for-profit entity. You're working to make money, to use the money for your own good and your bills and expenses. You're not using this money, this is not a charity. The job that you're doing is not a charity. Is the applicant a franchise? No, you're not. So that'd be something like McDonald's. McDonald's would be choosing yes here. All right, so we're coming down to gross revenues. Gross revenues is pretty simple. You'll either take the number off of your 2019 VIP Kid 1099 miscellaneous that was issued to you, which you used to prepare your taxes, or if you haven't already, you will use to prepare your taxes. If by any chance you did not receive your VIP Kid 1099, you do have the ability to go back and see how much you were paid within your teacher portal. So just go ahead and round up the total number of how much you made in 2019 and enter that number here. And remember that it's gross. It does not take into consideration your business expenses. So you want it to be the raw amount you got paid total, not considering anything that you spent for headphones and internet and any of this kind of stuff, just the plain old simple total amount that you got paid. You'll come down to the second portion, which is cost of goods sold. And this is going to be zero for us as VIP Kid teachers. The reason for that is you're not buying anything to then sell it in order to make income for VIP Kid. So there is no cost to the goods that you're selling, because you're not selling goods, you're selling a service. We'll come down to rental property, lost rent due to disaster. About 99% of people will have, if not 100, will have zero here. Let's just say, for example, this is 12,000 at 1,000 a month. You're also not a nonprofit, as we suggested. You're also not an agricultural enterprise. Compensation from other sources received as a result of the disaster. This is zero. All of these are going to be zero. Provide the brief description of other compensation. You have not received other compensation from the Small Business Administration as a result of this. If you have, then you would obviously be putting yes here, but I couldn't imagine that you're applying for this and you've already received it, because you can only do it one time, and it's one time per social, regardless of how many side businesses you have. You can only be doing this one time. We'll come down, and here you're just going to be putting in your address. So it'll be your home address since you work from home. And then the date the business established would be the first day you started with VIP Kid. I would go ahead and put my contract date here, your very first contract date. And then current ownership would be the same as the date it was established. You likely won't have a fax number. You'll come down here for business activity. You would choose educational services. Educational services, you'll come down and choose none of the below specifically pertains to you, because you're not teaching within a school. It's kind of more like a tutoring online education situation. So you're not within a school. You're not going to choose the one that says schools private or schools educational. You'll just choose none of the below. Number of employees, you'll go ahead and just put zero, because you don't have any employees that work for you. You are just the sole proprietor yourself. A lot of people have also been putting one here, and they've also still been getting paid out. You'll very quickly realize, either before, during, or after, maybe you have already realized, maybe you haven't, and you will, there is not a whole lot of concrete system that's in place for all of this. A lot of this is still kind of wishy-washy. There's a lot of questions that are still out there that need to be answered by the SBA and also the IRS, because they're a player in this too. bringing it back to this, 0 or 1 should work. Both options have worked for different people. Some people put 0 and still got the 1,000. Some people put 1 and still got the 1,000. Where it makes the biggest difference is if you are a company or a business with more than one employee, namely with someone other than yourself, and you pay them as your employee, then you want to make sure that you're actually upping this number. So if I'm a corporation and I have 4 employees that I pay on a W-2, I would be putting the number 4 here. And in that case, I would get 4,000 because it's 1,000 per employee up to a maximum of 10,000, which is the grant portion of all this. There's a separate portion that's a loan. It's offered to you after the fact of this application, and it is entirely separate from the 1K grant that you as a VIP Kid teacher are looking to get. That loan is something that you will be emailed about. You are going to be asked to create a disaster loan assistance online portal with the SBA. And once you do that, you'll be guided through accepting or formally denying your loan. But that is a formal and separate process that you'll do, whereas this 1K is just an automatic deposit after you're done filling out this application, generally within 72 hours is what it's been happening so far for most VIP Kid teachers. All right, so in here, I'm just going to quickly put 01/01/2019, since she started doing this job as of January 1st of 2019. I will fill in her email. And once you guys do all of this, you'll have all these be green, which means this next button will be eligible to click on. All right, give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this information as it pertains to her accurately. Once we click next on the business information, which was the second part of this, you'll end up at the third section, which is business owner's information. Again, since you are the entity yourself, you are going to basically just be putting your own information as you did on the last page for the business information. Business owner's information will be the same because you are the same person. You're a sole proprietor, you are the business owner, and you are the business. So you'll come down here. Is your business owned by a business entity? No. An LLC or an S corporation does not own you as an entity in this trade of teaching with VIP Kid. Then you'll come down and you'll put your individual owners. This part of the application is easy for us as VIP Kid teachers, again, because it's just you by yourself. If you were an LLC or a corporation that had multiple shareholders, you would just keep adding owners down here at the bottom. There's one part I wanted to make a quick note on. I didn't want to skip the screen. You're going to put in your title as the owner. You're going to put in 100% as your ownership percentage. You'll put in your email. Please be super careful to make sure you type your email in correctly, because this is the method of contact they're going to be using to get in touch with you. You'll put in your social security number, your birth date, your place of birth, whether you're a citizen or not, and then the rest of this information. You're not going to click on add additional owner because you're a sole proprietor. You'll just click next. So we're now on the fourth step. This is step 3 of 3, since the first one was disclosure. But anyway, you'll now be on this fourth little icon here, step 3 of 3 for additional information. And then you'll go ahead and answer these. Hopefully you'll be able to answer no to all of them, because I think answering yes to any of them will probably disqualify you. But let's check it out. In the past year, has the business or listed owner been convicted of a felony? You want to click no. Is that, as long as no applies to you. Is the applicant or any listed owner currently suspended? Also no. Are you presently subject to an indictment? No. Then we'll come down. Is there anyone helping you with this application, either for a fee or without a fee? You'll not fill in this information because I'm assuming you're doing it yourself. We'll come down. Important part here. I would like to be considered for an advance of up to 10K. You do want to click this. You want to make sure that this is checked. You'll go ahead and put in your bank information here, and then you'll come down and just I hereby certify, and you'll click next from that. So this part, I would like to be considered for an advance of up to 10K, is the portion that pertains to you in receiving 1K for each employee that you have under you, or 1K for yourself as the sole proprietor. And that's the advance of up to 10K that they're talking about here. So I've noticed a lot of confusion in the group that they think the advance is a loan of up to $10,000. It is not. The up to 10,000 only pertains to the grant portion, which again is $1,000 per employee or $1,000 for yourself as a sole proprietor. You will be subsequently contacted about the loan, which is what everybody's talking about at a 30-year repayment, 3.75 interest rate. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. I can't say it has nothing to do with what we're doing right now because it's all within the same application, but it has nothing to do with this up to 10K advance. This 10K advance is what you're after. It's that $1,000 that applies to you for being a VIP Kid teacher with side gig income. So we'll go ahead and enter in the bank information here. And next. All right. Okay, guys. So we just got done putting in the bank information for direct deposit. Please, 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 please double verify, triple verify the bank information that you put in, because there are a lot of people that are messaging me saying, oops, I put in my account number off by 1 digit. Clearly, you're not going to get the deposit automatically within 72 hours. For everyone who has already made that mistake, you can surely contact the SBA and update your bank information with them so that you can get the money deposited into your account. But I suggest that everybody just take an extra quick moment and review your account number and your routing number before you put it in there, because the 1K is supposed to just automatically deposit typically within 72 hours. All right, guys, so we just hit next on the last page, which was certifying that all the information that you're giving is true and correct under penalty of perjury. So make sure you're careful on that. And you'll end up at this screen, which is going to be a summary of the whole application. I won't scroll up, but again, this next screen, if you scroll up from here, would be all the questions that you've answered. I highly suggest that you just go ahead and right click and hit on print. It'll give you the capacity to print the whole page. And even if you don't print it physically, if you don't have a printer at home, just click on print and change the printer to PDF. That way you could just save the application as a PDF statement on your desktop, and you can have, like a quick summary of what all you answered in this application. Once you do that, you'll come down and check that you're not a robot. You will hit submit, and you'll get a quick little application summary number, and you'll be good to go from here. So you want to make sure that you keep this application number. If you do call the SBA for anything that you have any questions about, or you need to follow up because you haven't gotten the money within 72 hours, or you put the wrong bank account, or whatever it is that you need to contact them on, this is the application number that they're going to ask you for. So please go ahead and make sure that you have this number handy. I would highly suggest you do the same thing as print, screen on the other one. Instead of having it here reflect as PDF, you could either have it as a PDF, or you could quickly just print it out really quick. I like to do both. I like to have a hard copy, and I like to have a saved copy onto my desktop. So I'll do that. No, let's put a 1 because I already saved the application, and we're done, guys. So if you guys have any questions about how we did this application, go ahead and write your comments in the write your comments in the description below. Not in the description below. Don't write your comments in the description below, because you can't write comments in the description. Write your comments in the thread below, and we will definitely just try to go through and answer any of the questions that you guys have. You could do a quick little search and see if your questions have been answered somewhere else in the group, but otherwise we have tons and tons of amazing, well-informed people in the group that are doing a great job of helping each other answer each other's questions. Since I'm in and out of appointments all day, I can't spend all my time on Facebook responding to questions, but a lot of people are helping each other out. So post your questions, either ourselves or other kind people in the group will get back to you. I wish you tons of luck, and I really hope that all of you guys get this money. We will talk all about the tax implications of it, all about the other implications of it that you guys have so many questions about in another video. This video was just really to help you guys get your hands on the money, because it's a free $1,000 that all of you should at least be applying for. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. I look forward to creating more content for you guys, and we'll see you next time.